Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Arun Thukral. I'm a life and a leadership coach, and today I have picked up a topic that is about how to make effective public presentations. I'm sure each one of you would want to have and would want to become a great speaker. And to become a great speaker, you should also be able to understand that how to make presentation in public. A lot of people I have seen are quite comfortable when they have to speak in front of a small group of 5 to 10 people. But how about that if you have to speak in front of 50, 100 or even 500 people? I'm sure each one of us at some point of time will always have this kind of opportunity that we have to go to the stage and speak in front of a large audience. And in order to do so, we really need to make an impact. But unfortunately, a lot of people face challenge when they have to address a big gathering. They feel nervous. They are lost out of words. They just do not know how to look into the audience, and they just start forgetting the content which is in their mind. And that is because a lot of people do not even attempt to go to the stage, but in their heart of heart, they really want to go to the stage. They want to make an impact. They want to tell people their stories. They want to impress upon what all they have been doing, what all they have learned in their life, and they want to showcase that in the form of a presentation, but they are not able to do so. Well, in this topic today, I'm going to tell you 16 hidden secrets that will help you to focus on making an effective public presentation. So if you are with me, just stay tuned and follow these 16 steps and see that what all are relevant to you and what all you can practice. So let's go into the presentation. The number one point is that prepare the material but don't memorize it. A lot of people feel that, if they have prepared the material, they should memorize it word by word. And because of which, when they are presenting in front of the large audience, they miss out on speaking in the same sequence because their mind and their tongue is not matching with each other. Therefore, in order to do so, what you should be doing is you should create bullet points. Just highlight you see a lot of politicians, they don't have the full written speech alone. They have the bullet points which they elaborated, which means you have to be very good with your subject matter so that you can express it well when you are speaking with an audience. Number two, keep the sheet nearby. As I said, once you create the bullet points, keep the sheet nearby so that you can always look into it and take a reference point when you have to make the public presentation in front of people. Number three, as I said, don't memorize the exact content. Think about in the form of a story. Think about in the form of a journal value that you want to add to the people. And that will help you to speak out from your heart, speak out from your mind. So don't memorize the words. Don't memorize the complete material as it is. Number two, get rid of stage fear. As I said, no matter how much you prepare, no matter how much you are ready for a presentation, the moment a lot of people go on the stage, they just become completely full of fear. They have no idea. They are in anxiety. They are not too sure what to speak. Their tongue, because their tongue and their mind are not working together. So in order to do that, what you should do is, there are a couple of tricks. First thing is, always remember that no matter how much you prepare, you are going to make some errors. You are going to make some mistakes. So accept that. That is the first thing. You should accept that it is going to happen. Number two is, keep the audience interest in mind. Always empathize with the audience who are listening to you. What you are going to tell is going to benefit them. Think from that perspective. It's not about that you have to just speak very fast and you have to just finish your presentation. It is a time that you want to educate people. It is a time that you have the opportunity to tell your success or tell your story so that it benefits people, it motivates them so that they can do things the way you want them to act. And that is the purpose of making a public presentation. And one more tip that I normally do is I practice breathing exercise, because what happens when you are speaking and when you are nervous, your breaths are very short. So if you know that you are going to make a presentation, do some breathing exercise, long breathing, breathe in and breathe out and relax. And once you are more relaxed, you will see your breathing pattern is also relaxed. And the sign of bad breathing pattern is that you are breathing fast because you are nervous. So just work on it. As I said, no matter whatever you are going to tell on the stage may not be the same as you have rehearsed, but you will always be able to connect to the audience if you think about what they are looking at. Like in my case, I have practiced it a lot of time. I always think that, okay, first I will say this, then I will say this. But the moment I go and stand in front of the audience, I just speak my mind, what comes to me appropriately. I will talk to you more on this in the subsequent point. Let's move into the third point. That is, research the venue much earlier. So as a good trainer, as a good speaker, you should know what venue you are speaking in so that you know the entire space very well. What I do is take a look and feel of the place so that you know where you are standing, where your audience is going to be, where you are going to conduct any activity or action that you want them to do. Number two, think like a participant. So what I do is I'll go and sit in the participant seats and I will look into it, that how I am looking at as a speaker. So that gives me an idea that when I am speaking as a speaker, what my audience is feeling. And that is very important. And last but not the least, set your backstage. Means set all the things that you require in advance so that you are not worried about it, that when you are speaking and you need some material that you have to show, it is not around you. So set up everything and reach the venue much before, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes before, to take the look and feel of the place. Number four, clear your mind. As I said, stop thinking intensely. As I said, when I go into the stage, your words, your anxiety is mixing up a lot of things. You are not too sure how to speak about it. So don't think intensely. Go with the flow, go with the audience, because once you are able to spend 5 minutes or 3 minutes on the stage and you are able to speak up according to the audience need, you would see that your subconscious mind will help you to bring out the points that you have rehearsed, you have practiced, you have made notes about it, and it will come naturally. And as I said, this requires practice. So no matter how much practice you do, even if you make errors, that's okay. But the more you do it, the more better you become at it. And as I said, present what comes to the mind. Look at the audience, whatever that you have thought about it, speak about it. Now, even if they are not relevant at that point of time, but once you are able to speak for 2 to 3 minutes, keeping the audience interest in mind, you will be able to easily come to those points which are already there in the back of your mind, which you have rehearsed well. The next point is take care of your posture. When I say take care of your posture, because your body posture is going to be very critical. That reflects your confidence, that reflects your preparation, that reflects your presence in the presentation. So the best part is stand straight with equal weight on legs. I have seen a lot of people, when they are nervous, they are just dancing from one leg to another and they are not stable. And that's the first sign that you are not too sure. They will make hand gestures like this, they will do like this, which shows that you are nervous. So the best thing is stand equally on both the legs, stand straight and speak and look straight into the audience. Number two, keep your head high. As I said, when you are lacking confidence, people tend to look below, or people tend to avoid the eye contact. And that is very important, that you need to reflect the right body postures for people to understand. Number three is use gestures around your chest areas. So this is the place where you should use, if you want to explain any diagram, if you want to put up your point, it should be here. It should not be here, or it should not be down. And another very important area is you should not be holding any paper in your hand when you are speaking, because if you hold a paper in your hand, number one is your attention of your eyes are always on the paper. Number two, you are not looking at the audience, what they are saying. So take care of your posture, which is very important. The sixth point is facial expressions. It is the opportunity to motivate people. Your facial expressions, your enthusiasm, your energy will come only from your facial expression. This also shows that you are here to help people, you are here to motivate people to take action. And another very important area is to smile often. When you are not smiling, when you are intense, when you are serious, your audience will also become very intense and serious, and they will not be able to connect with you. And raise eyebrows. When I say raise eyebrows, means it's a sign of expression that you are liking certain things or you are taking interest in certain things. And another important is that make expressions as per the content. If there is something jovial, make an expression which is full of high laugh. Or if it is serious, give that intense look so that people connect with this, because your emotions are speaking about you as a personality. Let's move into the seventh one. Modulate your voice. Voice modulation is very important. So if you do not modulate your voice remains plain and straight like a straight line. It doesn't interest people. Like at the moment I'm speaking, I'm also raising my voice, my gestures are moving up, and that's where your modulation is important. So speak clearly, don't speak too fast or don't speak too slow. Speak at a natural pace where people can connect, and change voice according to the emotions. If it is something that you want to talk high, raise your pitch and makes people to wake up and they just are alert, because that's the beauty of voice modulation. And take shout and take pauses. It is important because when you are shouting and when you are taking pauses, you are gaining the attention of the audience and they are just hooked to you. And that's an important piece of good presentation skills. Number 8 is look people in their eyes. Now, this is what is reflecting your confidence. As I said, in the body posture, people look down, they show lack of confidence. So what you do is when the group is big, try to make small subgroups. Subgroup 1, subgroup 2, and subgroup 3. Give at least 3-second attention to each subgroup and look into it. So when you're doing like this in the form of subgroups, people feel that you're looking into them, and that keeps them hooked to listen to you. And very important point is make at least 3 seconds of connection with the one subgroup, then the second and the third. And that's where you're able to communicate with people. People who are sitting in the audience will feel that you're talking to them. The 9th point is fit into your audience, which means think about what audience are looking at. Who is your audience? Are they going to be your customers? Are they your students? Are they employees? Are they your followers? Depending on what are your audience, you prepare your content accordingly. Number 2, what are their experiences, beliefs, and their values? Think about them, think in deep about them, and then make your notes accordingly to match the expectation from the audience perspective. Choose examples, stories, and references from those relevant audience. So if it is your team, you talk about what kind of success, failures, and the experiences that you have. If they are students, think about it, that what will help them to connect with your story, how they will go back in their studies and they will do well. Use their language. And then the point 10 is motivate them. It is very important that the whole purpose of any public presentation is, when you are making it on a big scale, is to motivate people that they should take some actions out of it. Whether you are selling a product or whether you want them to take some action, they want to start dieting or they want to start doing a new hobby, anything that you want, you need to motivate people. So how will you motivate? That if you are not having the core objective of motivation, nobody is interested to listen the theory that you are going to tell them. So important thing is, you should bring logical and emotional content, and which generally comes from your own stories and from your own example. Because in the end, your audience is looking at it, that what's in it for them. If you do not have this underline and bold, that what's in it for them, they are not going to listen to you. They need to know that why they are sitting here. Otherwise, the presentation looks very boring, because the presenter is only keen to tell about his journey, his achievements, which nobody is interested. You need to think about what the audience is looking. So try to motivate in the beginning itself when you are starting the pitch. Like for example, when I go and do my presentation, I talk about a story, something like this, that my presentation skills or my whatever topic that I'm into has helped my client to change their business from X to 10X level. And this has happened in 3 months' time. So if you are going to pay attention to my topic, the same results you can expect. So if I am creating that interest in the beginning, I am making sure that the audience is hooked to my presentation, because there is something in it for them that by the end of the presentation, they will be able to experience and experiment it in their day-to-day work. Then comes the 11th point, share your personal experiences. So people are not happy or not very excited to listen to the theory or the journal concepts. They also need to understand your personal experience. They want to know that what is practical versus theory. So what really worked for me may work for them, because they connect very well on personal stories, not on the theory as such. Number 2, that you know your subject well, because when you are sharing your personal experiences, which means you can connect the theory to your personal life, very effectively. And last but not the least, it also establishes your authority on the subject matter, that you know the subject so well that you can connect many examples from your personal life or from some other's personal life as well. And as I said, the 12th point is tell stories. Now, when we tell stories, it is not just yours, but from others' life as well. A lot of time we get inspired from inspiring leaders who are around us. They may be politicians, sports person, film actors, and there are many more inspiring people who are around us. If you tell their stories, people will get motivated, they get connected to, because stories always have the jinx that people want to know what happened after that. And that's where it develops curiosity. You develop curiosity to listen more. So people are hooked to listen to the story, that what happened next. That is 13th point, and that is about don't tell them, show them. Now, what does it simply means? It simply means that when people are speaking, they are just giving a lot of information about the topic that they are talking. The people are not interested to listen to the information. They are more interested to know what's your experience or what is in it in terms of relevance to them. So instead of telling them, you show them. And to do that, you have to show it in the form of a story or share your experience, that how you were able to experience this. If you are able to do this way, it becomes very easy for the audience to connect with you. Then the point comes is content. Everything matters. Finally, it boils down to quality content, which means if you have a quality content, you showcase that you have the authority on the subject. People will believe in you when you are speaking about it. And a lot of time when you are speaking in front of the audience, you should try to make your pitch as that you are going to present something very interesting, something very useful, something that has changed the lives of others. When I'm speaking like this, it is just creating an impact when you are listening. But if I say, okay, I know it's a bit boring, or I know it's a bit lengthy subject, but I will try to cover it. People are just dropping their shoulders. They are just dropping their mind in listening to you. So if you are making a content, it has to be a quality content, which means you have to do a deep research, and basis that deep quality content, you should be showcasing your authority by making it interesting and relevant for them. Let's come to the 15th point, and the 15th point is always ask for feedback. If you have done well, if you have showcased your best possible way of presenting, always ask for feedback, because you would know that what went good, what didn't go good, and how you can do better in future. And you will also get new perspectives from people when you interact with them. Ask them that what did they like in your presentation. So you will get to know from people from varied experience that what exactly is in their mind and how you can get it better when you do it next time. And record your presentation. If it is possible, it is like in some cases, I do record my presentations while I'm making it, because later when I watch them, it helps me to rework on some of the areas where I could not do well, and also areas where I have done well, I should be able to do it more often. And last but not the least is you should have a lot of fun in your training. You should be talking about jokes, because you need to keep the sense of humor and the humor of the audience in the right spirit. It cannot be so intense depending on the subject that you are talking. But if you make the presentation little lighter and have fun, your audience will also enjoy and have fun, because the purpose of the audience is not just to come and listen to you, but they also should come and enjoy what they are learning. As we know that we learn only when we enjoy learning. It cannot be like some pressure cooker situation that they need to understand and gulp everything word by word that you are saying. So important thing is smile, crack jokes, and enjoy the moment with people. Just spend time with them. And also there is another relevant thing, that you can talk unique things about you. You can ask unique things about them, and you will see that the communication between the presenter and the audience becomes so open that they start connecting to you when you are speaking and making up your points. Well, I hope you would have understood these 16 hidden secrets in making a public presentation. If I sum it up very simply, I can say that yes, nervousness, anxiety, challenge, pressure is definitely going to remain there. But out of these 16, if you can pick up at least 2 to 3 skills to begin with and practice doing it, you will see that you will be able to nurture the other skills as well over a period of time. So target at least 6 months to 1 year time, at least one presentation or two presentation in a week. You should be start doing it, whether in your public forums or in your office forums or in your some social NGOs that you become a part of it. And that's where you will be able to hone up the skills. As I said, it's a skill, so it requires practice, and more practice. Well, I'm sure if you would have loved this content, you found something relevant in this content, do like and subscribe my channel, share it with your friends, and I'm going to come back soon with some more material that will help you to enhance your skills. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me.